What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I feel like the Steelers, man, letting Russ cook. Letting him cook. He has been awesome in his 3 games starting for the Steelers. Mike Tomlin got a lot of heat for benching Justin Fields to put Russell Wilson into the lineup. I thought it was a bad decision. I'll just be honest. I thought it was going to be a bad decision. I thought Fields was 4-2, playing good football. I thought he did a good job. But it looks like Tomlin knows better than me, which, surprise, surprise. He's a head football coach in the NFL. I am not. But Russell Wilson's been nothing short of awesome in his 3 games. They're 3-0. They just got a big win against the Commanders, who have been rolling this year. And I think Russ has taken the offense to a new level, which is, if you were going to bench Fields to put him in, that's what he absolutely had to do. Let me know if you think Russ is taking the offense to a new level, if you think he's back to elite form, because he's really showing like 2019 form of Russ, like a few years back. And granted, last year he played pretty well too, but he was kind of the scapegoat in that situation. It was the year before that he was really bad, but the whole offense was bad in that situation for Denver. But he just looks good, man. Like the 3-0 start and the veteranness to where you have it on, 4th down and like 2 or something like that, and you get the Commanders to jump off sides. Like, there's not too many QBs that can get somebody to jump in that situation, and he got him on like that. And it was a rookie that he fooled, but he fooled him nonetheless. This is why you have a veteran quarterback, right? For these kinds of things, because now your defense doesn't have to go back out on the field and deal with maybe a Hail Mary again, like the Bears had to deal with against the Commanders. But ultimately, Russ overall has been awesome. I don't think, granted, I think he was like 14 for 28 or 15 for 30 today, and it was only like 195 yards, but it was 3 touchdowns. Obviously, you have the George Pickens masterclass catch in the end zone in the corner. That was awesome. That was, he got some help from his receiver there, and we're going to talk about Pickens shortly. But you get the one that gives him the lead against, I think it was man coverage, and you have Mike Williams going down the side. Mike Williams has been on the team for a few days. His routes that he knows to run right now are go and hitch or drag. That's all. That's the only route concepts he knows in the playbook, more than likely. And he ran a go route, and Russ had the pressure coming at him and just said, screw it, and launched it up there. And it was just so perfectly thrown. That ball landed like right in Williams' hands, and he had a step or two on the defender, but it was just a perfect throw. And that's the stuff that if his deep ball is like that, which it's really been good, that makes the offense so much more impossible to deal with. And he's adding that layer, like just that the averages from, and I'm going to use Fields as a comparison here for the pass game, right? Because I think ultimately we know Fields is a good dual threat. That's what his role, that's what his dynamic is. But he averaged about 184 yards passing in game, right? Which is, it's all right, but we know he's running, right? So I'm using that to give you just a bar. But Russ is 245 yards passing per game. So he's giving it more to his playmakers and isn't necessarily himself the playmaker all the time like Fields might be. But sometimes you just got to let dudes make plays. Sometimes you just got to get it to Pickens on the slant and let him do his thing. Sometimes you got to get it to Freiermuth on the out route and let him get to the end zone. Like, there are those plays where you just got to be the quarterback and just make the easy call. We don't got to go for the home run every time. And I feel like that's making their offense push the ball down the field at bigger points in the game, because obviously you get the go route to Williams. But it's also making it to where the run game's a little bit stronger, and they're more dynamic as a result. And I feel the best barometer for this is George Pickens in the passing game. This is what I'm purely talking on passing. I'm not including really running with the ball. But if you want to go that route, Wilson does do a great job at extending plays with his feet. But nonetheless, Pickens was averaging 61 yards per game with Fields as the quarterback. He's got 92 yards per game in the 3 games with Russell Wilson. That's a big jump, up 30 yards per game. And overall, I think Fields was threw for like less than 1 touchdown per game, something like that. I think it was like 5 touchdowns, 1 pick, or whatever the number was. But Russ also is throwing for 2 touchdowns a game. So he's doing the quarterback things. He's making quarterback plays, and I think he's looked really good. Like, really good. When you're throwing for 250 a game, throwing for 2 touchdowns, and you only have 1 or 2 turnovers in that 3-game stretch, that's going to win you a lot of games. That's going to win you a lot of games. That's going to put your team in position to succeed. And it's going to make your head coach look like a genius for putting you into the lineup when the team was 4-2 and playing well and benching the other guy. So I'm willing to take the egg on my face for thinking this was a terrible idea to start him, but he looks amazing in these 3 games. And it's like, they played the Jets, who have I feel like the Jets defense is underwhelmed this season, but talent-wise, they have a lot of talent on their defense. The Giants defense has been competitive. They kind of steamrolled both those teams. The Commanders defense has been keeping people in check. And obviously their offense has been amazing, but the Commanders defense has been kind of making progress, and they gave up 28 today. A lot of this has to do with Russell Wilson being elite through these 3 games. And I think that's the only word we can really use. I think it's the best word, but he just looked really damn good. But yeah, so I need to hear it from y'all. Do you think Russell Wilson is back to elite form? Because I've been watching these games, and he looks like he's back to elite form. That first half against the Jets was a little rocky, but after that, he has just been rolling. And I think they're set up for success. I think Najee Harris is running well. Jaylen Warren looked better today. He did have the fumble, but there was like 9 guys trying to get the ball from him. The drives, they're getting these 10, 11, 12, 13 play drives that are just gashing the defense down and breaking them down over time, keeping the Steelers defense on the sideline, letting them be more fresh. There's a lot of good stuff that Russell Wilson is doing for this offense. I think the team is playing really well. They do have a gauntlet of a stretch coming to where I think they play the Ravens next. I think they play the Browns a couple of times. I think they play the Bengals a couple of times. The Eagles are in there. So they've got, with the Ravens being really good, the Bengals being competitive, and who knows what you get out of the Browns, but Eagles have been awesome lately. There's a gauntlet coming, but with Russell Wilson, I feel confident in their ability to throw the ball and make plays down the field. And I feel more confident, I should say, than it was in the first 6 games. But yeah, I just think that they've taken their offense to a new level. I think Fields did a great job in those 6 games, keeping them afloat and making plays and getting them off to a 4-2 start. But Wilson has stepped in and just propelled it. And I think that was like the perfect world for Mike Tomlin and Steelers, because if it went bad and they lost 2 out of these 3 games or something like that, this would have been a completely different story, more than likely. But they're playing well. The offense is playing well. Pickens is playing great. Najee's playing well. Russ is leading the show and not taking a lot of dumb sacks, things like that. They're playing winning football, and there's a reason they're 7-2 now or something like that. They're one of the better teams in the league, and Russell Wilson is showing, hey, I still got it. And I think that's dope. So, yeah, let me know in the comments how you're feeling about him. If you think he's back to his elite form. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like this kind of content, please like the video, of course. Appreciate y'all for watching. But the Steelers, man, they're rolling. They're rolling. I'm done. Peace.